Welcome to Immediate Review. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You know, we just watched the Creepshow animated special. And wow, was it really bad. I actually had kind of expectations for this because, you know, the original movie had animation and it was a great angle to go with. It's like, oh yeah, an animated special. It's a comic book, animated, and woof, this was bad, man. Like,
so yeah, let's just start with the first one.
The first one is Survivor type.
Okay, so this was a it was kind of like a Scorsese styled survivor tale where this doctor is stranded on an island alone,
like a tiny little
and he has to try to survive while dealing with like injury,
and then he just narrates his entire fucking life story, and it doesn't really matter, and it's all just like Billy Bambino took me to the club to go meet up with Vinny Chezzi, and
here's a pointless story on why I have all this heroin.
I love Mom Spaghetti, and just like
just very.
And you compared it to Scorsese, and the thing Scorsese does is he there's narration, and then there's scenes of dialogue between people, and it's balanced out. And this is just like 25 minutes of this dude's monologue. And like the stuff on the beach was semi-interesting, you know, survival stuff where it's like, how long can you live? That stuff is, you know, always fun. But man, every time it turned that page to those flashbacks, it was
it was a complete tonal shift. It pulls you away from stuff. They show you the climax of it right at the very beginning, and then so you already know kind of what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
and then they like try to be like, oh, see, it's even worse, but it's like you don't care about the person at that point. And it's like the narration's gone on for so fucking long, and it's just like you want to see the guy do what he does to himself. So it's like, you know, whatever.
But at the same time, I don't, because the animation is not good. It's this awkward, like, it's like a still frame comic, and then they just like enhance it with 3D. And sometimes it's really like stilted, like a video game, like a PS2 cutscene. It reminded me of Twisted Metal cutscenes. And other times it's like too detailed, and they start doing weird facial animations where it looks like their shit is bouncing.
Yeah,
and like,
it's similar to how some of the World of Warcraft cinematics that have come out recently for the Shadowlands expansion, but it's like that is like it'll have still frames, and then it will do periodical dissolves into the next frame. So if people are moving or expressing things, it's a slow dissolve to show
it's
that.
like here and then.
Yeah, or something along those lines. And it's only for important things like facial expressions or things like that, where this is like constantly warping in and out from still and like tons of motion. It just doesn't look good. And in all honesty, they could have worked with so many less frames and had so much more effect. It's like they went through all of this work and it just made it worse. And it feels bad. Like,
it is. It was going on, and you were just like, the whole thing isn't this, right? And I was like, no, there are stories.
Like,
there are other stories.
If this was the full 40 minutes, 45 minutes, like, no fucking way. This, like, I was already checking out. Like, by the time that, like, the final frame happens and it goes back to comic book, I was just like, thank fucking God.
Like, let's see what the next one is. Jesus Christ.
And the next one...
Twittering from the Circus of the Dead. And at first I was like, okay, we're gonna get a family. We're gonna get it's scenes like with other people, and you know, it sounds like they're gonna go to some crazy circus. Let's see how this goes. And it starts off with a girl tweeting, and it will always be a girl tweeting.
Literally, through all the danger and everything that she's doing, she doesn't try to solve the situation or come up with any solution.
She basically narrates everything.
She just narrates it to Twitter and fucking dies.
Well, it's spoiler alert, but it's like, it's obvious. But both of these are like, stupid guy writes in a journal no one reads, stupid girl writes tweets no one will read. Like, and it's like they're both really bad, but the first one works a little better because he's alone. Like, it wasn't enjoyable, but because he's alone, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, it gives it more of a reason why we aren't hearing anybody
I don't
else
like
talk
it,
to him, but yeah.
But it's better than, like, a still frame of the mom going, and then it's
and
like,
her saying,
Mom would say this, Mom would say that. And it's like, this doesn't need to be like, it really feels like...
There was a moment during this one where I literally yelled out, you could just have her say that. You could just have her speak. She literally spoke, and then the Twitter feed fucking narration went over it, and I was just done.
No, yeah, there's one scene where another character finally is about to speak and is like, ladies in, and it cuts her out, and is just like, she's saying that, like, this is going on.
And it's just the girl's narration. I guarantee she was told to talk like that, but it's so Valley Girl annoying Twitter person, and it's just like, I don't really like Twitter in general. And this isn't a Twitter feed that I would ever want to read, even if I did like Twitter.
And like, they stabbed my brother, but I think it's just an effect. It's totally fine.
And it's like, that's what this movie is. This movie is you reading a Twitter feed of some chick that you don't care about. That's what this movie is. Why? Why did you make this?
They are both so fucking horrible. Like, I supremely disappointed with this. I guess I'm foolish to even have expectations because the TV show is horrible. Like, I'm not even going to subject you to it. I couldn't finish it. It's the live action TV show they have. It's bad. I'm starting to warm up to Creepshow 2 now after fucking the way
I haven't seen that one yet, but you've said some bad things.
Yeah, the way the franchise is going, I'm like, oh shit, maybe that's a fucking masterpiece, I guess. I don't know. This was really bad, and the references were just awkward and obvious, like Stephen King.
Yep.
And
he's just there. We're just like, oh.
Yeah, the whole time we were just doing the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But yeah, and it's like, there's Creepshow, there's Greg Nicotero, and I don't know. I just, man, woof.
Yep. So yeah, did you guys check it out? It's on Shudder, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's
Shudder original.
It's
yeah.
I'm so disappointed in this because.
I mean, yeah, we were like pretty excited because you were like, yeah, should we watch that tonight? Like, you know, it's only like 45 minutes.
The poster was awesome, damn it!
And then I was like, yeah, sure. And then it's just like, oof.
It's a slog, too. It feels
oof.
so long.
Yeah, big oof.
There's not a lot of music, too, and if there is, it's just really dull and quiet.
I don't remember any of the music.
I think that's why it felt so long.
There was probably some on some of the, like, Scorsese flashbacks and kind of with, like, Tim talking over it, but it's
Jumpin' Jack
none of it, you know, I don't remember any of it specifically, so it's like, you know, it either was well placed to the point where I didn't notice it, or it was just like, you know, there.
Could be foolishly wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was little to no music during the segments. There was intro and outro music and segue music, but like I'm thinking I do not remember music during all that shit. Could be wrong though. I don't know. It was just so boring. It's bad luck to kill a seabird.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
William Dafoe already taught us this. What the fuck? Like, and that was another thing. Is this felt like that first one felt like it was like a combination ripoff of like a Scorsese movie and The Lighthouse. It's like Scorsese made The Lighthouse.
I think it's based on a Stephen King short. I'm not sure, so it's possible it's just a coincidence, but it really just was.
I mean, Stephen
Martin
King
Scorsese's The Lighthouse.
They cameoed him in it, so it's obviously connected to him somehow. But it's like, I'm sure it was written better than it was portrayed here.
Yeah, it's maybe not. I don't know.
I
recently showed Peter Creepshow for the first time. Go watch that review. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch that movie. But yeah, this massive disappointment.
Yep. All right. Bring me my cake, Bedelia.